Hi everyone, how are you? Happy Tuesday. I wanted to get on here and answer a question that I got, and it was a really good question, so I wanted to answer it live for everyone so that you can all hear the answer. But this woman asked, how do I find me time while spending time with the family? And a short answer to that is that, well, you can't. Like, you physically can't do two different things at once. That's like multitasking. Multitasking is not a real thing, right? It's you're trying to do a little bit of everything and eventually and inevitably get nothing done, right? And I know it's enticing, but it's important to delegate certain times and certain days and certain parts of the day to certain activities. And then that case, you're able to focus on one thing and really put your time and energy into one thing and do a better job at that one thing. So that can go for, multitasking can go for getting work done. It could be doing household things. It can be applied in this situation when we're talking about finding time for yourself and time with the kid and time with the family. So, but I know what this person is trying to say is essentially like how to find the time to fit all of that in. And we'll get into that in just a second. But first, I want to recognize that this is I'm really proud of this person for recognizing that they do need that time for themselves. Most women want to, as women in general, we want to give, and then, when it comes to taking or giving back to ourselves, we're like, no, it's okay. We are such like healers and givers that it's kind of hard to recognize that we need that time for ourselves and we need self-care time. So I want to applaud this person for recognizing that they do need that time for themselves, because that's everything. Like, as a woman, you need to fill up your own cup, and so that you can be refreshed and refilled and refocused, and you can be your best self, whether that is a wife, a mother, a friend, a neighbor. If you're constantly giving to everyone, then that's really going to be difficult to constantly give more and more and more. So when you're able to, and self-care or finding time for yourself doesn't have to be something that's very time consuming or expensive. Like, it can be as simple as taking a bath. It can be as simple as going for a walk by yourself. It can be as simple as getting a $10 manicure, or it can be something nice because you deserve it. It can be like a monthly massage or monthly facial, or going out and getting tea by yourself. So whatever it is for you, like, make it so that it's something that you enjoy, so that when you come back and you then have family time, you're in a much better mood, or you can be more present instead of constantly like being in your head and thinking about something else, or so it's really important for women to recognize that they do need the time for themselves. So good job for my friend that asked this question. And also, it's important to know that this is not you being selfish by needing self-care time or alone time, because it's part of being a human, right? Your husband most likely gets time for himself, whether it's just like, he needs a beer, or he needs to go do whatever, or be with his buddies or whatever, and your kids need their time, whether that's like them playing with their friends or them being alone in their room playing. We all need this time, and it is not selfish of you to say you need some time alone. Moms, women in general, you can't always be on. You can't always be taking care of the family and taking care of household things and taking care of the bills, and then you need that. So it's not selfish of you. So just know that is not selfish of you to have you time. And I know a lot of women battle with that, and that's completely normal. but try not to let it get the best of you, and know that for you to be the best version of yourself, you need that. And that's something like silly that I think about, like that best version of myself, like how does she treat herself? Does she constantly like give until you're completely extracted and have nothing left? Or does she take that time for herself? Does she take a luxurious bath and have like a nice robe that she bought for herself? Or does she, these things? So I like to think of that. So I know that that is hard to get over in your head, that you do need this time, but mull it over, see what limiting beliefs that you have around that is holding you back, that is making you think that way. So maybe you're holding on to a belief that your mom taught you, or that your friends teach you, that women are just supposed to constantly be doing and not taking from your, and not having this time for yourself, because that is selfish of you. So try not to battle with it, but if you are, then journal about it, let it out, and try to figure out what really is holding you back from showing up and taking that time. And also, I think that it is important to, this is a fun one. So although, yes, you don't really want to, having me time and family time is not the same thing, because clearly if your family is there, then it's not you time, it's not alone time for you. But if you are really strapped for time, something that you can do is incorporate your kids and your family into all that you do. You can have your kids come along with you, whether you're going somewhere. You can have them partake in cooking, like in the kitchen, if you're mixing something, or if you're cutting something, like explain to them, communicate to them, let them know, like they love knowing like what mom is doing or what you're up to and where you're going. A lot of us just assume that kids, they don't care, or they don't want to know, or they're busy. But I promise you, if you communicate with them and let them know, and tell them why it's important to you and what you're up to, like that's kind of how you can incorporate your time with spending time with them. And then, it's really beautiful. I work with children as well. In addition to my Oh How Healthy business, I work with children in a business called Oh How Healthy Kids, where I go into camps and schools and do one-on-one nutrition classes and holistic kids classes, where I work with kids of all ages. So and also I was a previous school teacher, so I was I have my elementary and early childhood degree, so I know a lot about working with kids, and I do work with kids from 1 year old up until 8th or 9th grade. And I know what they're capable of, and I know what they can do and what they like doing, and they can do. And if you want them in the kitchen, there's kid-safe knives, there's kid-safe utensils, and if they make a mess, like that's okay. Show them that you're a chef, you're being a chef, then part of being a chef is cleaning up after yourself. So whether you're cleaning or cooking or going out, and this is how they learn from you. They learn by doing and seeing a mommy do these things. So that's like a fun thing, how you can kind of incorporate your time with their time. And but ultimately, I would say the answer to this is to schedule. Not like specifically schedule, but generally go over in your calendar and see, okay, like you have Wednesday afternoon open, so maybe you can take your kid out of school a little bit early, like a few minutes early, pick them up, go to the park. You can catch a movie with your kids. You can do things together as a group of children, or if you want more one-on-one time with your child, with a specific child, because they are so unique and individual, that you can schedule individual times with them. So and it's really fun. I used to babysit a lot, and it was really fun to get to know kids individually, like as a group, whether it was 3 or 4 kids. They were a unit, so it was a unit of kids. But when you got one individually, when one was out or whatever, it was really cool to see how they shine, because one kid might always speak up for another kid, or one kid might always do something for another, or so getting that alone time with each individual child is really cool. So I would just go through and schedule some time with your kids, go over, see what your calendar looks like. Maybe you can take one to the farmer's market or take them all to the farmer's market. Think of things that they want to do. Think of things that you enjoy doing as a family. And then additionally, spending time with your husband or your spouse. Schedule that time as well. Maybe you need to get a babysitter. Maybe, however that works out. Maybe you can have movie night at home. So And in that case, it's a nice relaxing time, and it's family time. So that is kind of what I would recommend in that situation. And and then also schedule this you time. Like I said, make sure that you get this time for yourself. Make sure that you are looking at that calendar or not, or whenever you really need a day, whether you feel like Friday you're completely burnt out. So Friday, it is you are getting that massage, your kids are gonna go out with your husband, or whatever it is. So make sure you schedule that time for yourself. And yeah, invest in yourself. It's okay. You deserve it. You totally deserve it. You do a crap ton of work, so you deserve it. I give you permission. Tell your husband that you spent the money on the massage because of me. Okay, I'll take the blame. So okay, I hope that helps. I hope that answered your question. And if you have any more questions for me, please leave them for me. And I wanted to let you know that, your priorities. I wanted to say that, your priorities, this all comes down to priorities. So if you're really like, listen, Jamie, I have no time to do any of that, then I want you to recognize where your priorities are. So back to like journaling and going through like what limiting beliefs you might have around spending this alone time for yourself. Where are your priorities? Is your priorities really being with your kids and your family, or is it something that you're saying that you want? And if it's really something that you want, then please make the time for it. And I'm gonna start saying that it's gonna be a bad word to say that we don't have time, because honestly, who really has the extra time? None of us. But I want us to start creating a more positive, mantras in essence. Like, I want us to stop saying that we don't have time, because we have the time for the things that we want to do that are a high priority on our list. So I just wanted to end with that. Let's try to use like more positive words around time and how much time we have, or the same thing like around money. Like, I have no money, I have no money. Well, instead of just saying stuff like that, just say, I'm choosing not to spend my money on this, or I'm choosing not to spend my time over there. And so that's just something that I personally have been really working towards and striving towards, and not using the words like I'm too busy or I have no time, because we do have the time. We all have the same amount of time, actually. We all have the same hours in the day, 24 hours in a day. Me, you, and Beyonce, all the same 24 hours. Like, what the hell? So that is it, and I want to let you know that my cookbook is coming out this week. Finally, I'm so excited. The Simple Balanced Eats cookbook is coming out this weekend, and is going to be so filled. The reason why it took so long to come out is because I kept thinking of things to add to it, and thinking of bonus pages, and thinking of like notes, and it's just like cram-packed with juicy recipes and knowledge and information. And I plan on, I think that last week in June, I plan on having like a launch week of the cookbook. So anyone who purchases the cookbook will be in that group, and we're going to be doing like a fun challenge, and we'll have lots of videos, and so it's going to be a lot of fun. So that cookbook is coming out this weekend. I'm so excited. And I'll be sharing more about it later. And also, as always, if you wanted to connect with me more personally, if you want me looking at you and your unique situation more individually, then you can always contact me on my website at ohowhealthy.com. There is a way to get a free 15-minute consult, and I just recently launched the partial coaching program, which is not the traditional coaching program, but it's half of that. So it's a partial program. It is yielding such great results for my girls already, and so it's half the price. It's half the time for you busy women that kind of need more time, and it's a really a great way for me to get involved in you and your unique situation without devoting so much time and energy, time and money into the larger program. But again, the larger program will get you results quicker. So that is it for me today. My podcast just got released today about the main areas. I think there are about 7 main areas that I recommend cleaning for mental clarity and mental sanity if you don't get to clean your house for the week, because let's face it, we are busy. Oh my god, I really just caught myself, so I'm not allowed to say busy. We have a lot going on, so hey, I can't really see who's watching. I see the hearts, but if you are watching, say hello. So the podcast got released today, and that is a weekly occurrence. So if you want to hear more from me, if you want to have me in your ear as you go for a walk, or if you're going out and about on these, hey Courtney, what's up, girl? If you're going out and about on these daily errands with your kids, you can have my podcast on the background, and then you're killing 3 birds with 1 stone. So that is about it for me today. I will leave those links to about what I just talked about in the comments. And again, if you have questions, let me know. Okay, much love. Have an awesome rest of the night, and I will be talking to all of you soon.